Okay, so let's talk about the customer relation management. As you could see, I just clicked here on people. I can basically, add new contacts if I want to, but whenever I have somebody in the list, you can see, some telephone number, it opens up, and I can see, basically, you can choose like several standard options here that I want to save, if I happen to know that information, or imported it. I can see the activity, what exactly happened. So this individual also has an email address, and he clicked on this link. So that's good to know. I can add addresses if I want to, as much as I want to. So I'll put all the information here, save it, and I can add another address if he happens to be in several other locations available, let's say a work and home, for example. Here you can see the list he's currently enlisted in. As you can see, this is very interesting because he's not in this mailing list anymore, so he opted out. He's only in the texting list awake. As you remember, this is what we had. So if I click here, I'm going to come back to this individual, which in that case is myself. And what's now important to understand is certain things you can do with the CRM when you want to have your own thing. So let's, for example, start with companies, okay? So I don't even know if I have any companies. Let's check it out quickly. I don't think so. Let's create one. I'm going to create the company Wanoni. That's actually not how it works. The name is Wanoni, okay, and there's actually that's my company. I can also add addresses if I want to. I'm not going to do that right now, but it's the same principle. And then when I'm back at this individual and I enter a company that I happen to know already, then it's going to link me to that, and I'm going to say this is the IT director. In that case, it's male, and it's me. And we can save it, and we're good to go. So from now on, I can have a link to this company, as you can see. So whenever I have somebody, I can go to the company, and the company now already has known positions. I know the IT director, and this will take me back to this individual. Now, what I can also do, which is actually a little bit more interesting here, is I can create custom fields that have certain rules. So I want to say I want to work with developers, and the type would be a switch, and the default value is false. That's all I need to do here. So when I go back, oops, that was the wrong button. When I go back to the CRM module and I look for somebody, I can now naturally start looking for that person by name because I inputted it and I have that information. Then I also see like, oh, I have now all of a sudden a new possibility to say whether or not this person is a developer. So if I decide it's a developer, then my search becomes a little bit smarter here. And I can also start with, like searching for custom fields. In that case, I can search for developer, or if I have a custom field that has a certain value, let's say I'm going to create a new, let's call it test field. It actually doesn't matter. And it's a regular text. And there's no default value. And I go back. And I'm going to go here. And now the test field is testing for now. doesn't really matter. And then from now on, I can look for the content of testing, and I can see it's more and more accurate. So what I can actually start to do now, I can say I'm going to look for a developer that also has testing, or that also is, yeah. Why doesn't this, did I update that? I didn't update it. I didn't update it yet. It will only work the next time. There we go. And so I'm going to say I want to have a developer, and his last name is Mitchell. Then I will see it will not work. If it is testing, then it will not actually work. And well, now it's not, I'm not going to open up anything because I only have one contact, but I would get a list and I could define my search as precise as I want to. Now, this basically means that you can set up your customer relation management to your needs, and can then search for it. And when you now know that as soon as you have information on that person, let's say I'm going to go back to that, or I'm going to just click on that list, it's actually easier. Then you see that from now on it's going to show me additional information, right? Stefan Oil, and it's working for Wanoni, and that basically makes it easier, and I can use that in an easier way. Now, interesting to know is that the custom fields always work for every entity, so naturally also with the company itself. You can see, okay, the positions that I already know, and I can basically have something that would only apply for a company and display it here. We talked about the addresses. That's the same as actually accurate for a company, and so I can link company information here, then I don't have to do it on the people side. It's basically a relatively simple system, and you have naturally the possibility to use this when you export your contacts, which I actually can do. I forgot, I should have clicked on the link. And so if I export, then all of this information will be captured in the CSV file. That's basically it for the customer relation management. It's relatively simple, and you can set it up any way you want to. And you can also, with importing it, then match it to certain things. So if I would import, let's say from Sugar or a different or whatever system I'm using, I could match it in the import field to the criteria that I have set up here, to my custom fields and so on. And you can basically build your own system here according to your own preferences, which is relatively easy, and therefore it adapts to the necessities of your company. That's basically it for the CRM. It's a relatively simple yet effective method of tracking certain things. I mean, you could basically also have like certain contact information here. You can have numbers here, and so on, and they're all searchable in your system. Yeah, that's it. Nice and easy, basically. And next we're going to talk about the content management system.